Welcome along to the AquaX Championships Season Review. We'll take a look at the best of the action from an AquaX season that was full of thrills and spills. Along the way, the series visited locations that provided world-class venues for some of the best riders in the world to race hard and fast on their way to the AquaX World Championships in the Bahamas. We started back in April in Kissimmee, St. Cloud, and then stayed in Florida for round 2 in Sarasota. In July it was off to Michigan City, Indiana, before heading back to Florida for the final 2 rounds in Daytona Beach and St. Petersburg, where the US national champions will be crowned. And of course, we finished with a thriller, the AquaX World Championships at Atlantis Paradise Island in the Bahamas to crown our 2022 AquaX World Champion. The season was not without tragedy in 2022, as the AquaX community mourned the loss of the great Eric Francis, and we dedicate this season to him. Now let's get into the action, starting with round 1 in Kissimmee. Welcome to Kissimmee St. Cloud in Florida for the first round of the 2022 P1 AquaX season. This is the first of 7 rounds, and the top 5 riders are invited to race in the grand finale in the Bahamas. There are 4 categories in the series: the Pro Enduro, the Amateur 300, Amateur 200 and a Junior category. The Premier class is the Pro Enduro and has 29 riders. In 2022 we've got lots of new faces and of course the chiseled veterans. With this being the start of the road to the Bahamas, let's take a look at some of the main contenders. Erminio Ian Tosca took the 2021 US Championship, and the 41-year-old from Naples, Florida is going to be one of the favourites for 2022.
I'm very pleased, to pull out the victory, obviously, but also very pleased that with Dean Cherrier, my mechanic, and Dean's team, we didn't break one weekend at all, and that's something to be said for how grueling this kind of racing is. Obviously I want to defend, I'm here to win, I'm not here to go cruise around in the back, so I just want to be smart, keep our equipment together, get good starts, ride smart, get on the podium every weekend, and we'll see where we are at the end.
Tori Snyder, the 2021 Rookie of the Year, goes into the new season with a lot of confidence.
Last year, my rookie year, won Rookie of the Year. Super happy. We were aiming for top 3, and we got top 3, tied for second, and it sucks to look back on and know I lost by only 5 points when it came down to the end. I won the first round, and I won the last round. I won the most rounds, and I didn't get the job done, but hopefully this year we can stay more consistent and try to put our nose for the front of the championship.
Eric Francis is another contender who will be hungry to get back to the top.
Last year was really bad. We didn't make one podium all year, so pretty mad about that because normally I'm a pretty predominant image on a podium, top 3 every round. So we're aiming to come back this year, especially this weekend, and get ourselves right back on that podium.
One rookie to watch out for this season is Devin Farthing, the son of longtime racer Dustin Farthing, and he'll be looking to make a big impact in his first season.
This is my first year racing this series, and I just got into it from my dad, and hopefully I can show everyone that I'm ready to race it. I've never beat him before, so it's definitely one of his biggest things to brag about, but the day I beat him, he'll hear about it.
From the running start, it's Eric Lagopoulos who's leading early, with Brian Baldwin on the 502 boat close behind him. Lagopoulos is first to turn 3, but Baldwin has missed that turn, skipping it entirely and now takes the lead. Baldwin will have to take a penalty lap for missing that turn and will likely be under investigation after the race. Dustin Farthing is holding on to 3rd place right now, with Tori Snyder in 4th and Ian Tosca in 5th. And race 1 goes the way of Brian Baldwin on the number 502 Sea-Doo. Lagopoulos comes through in 2nd place, with 3rd in race 1 going to Dustin Farthing. Let's take a look at the Amateur 300 and Amateur 200 categories. In the first heat, Valentina Lezcano on the 176 boat was first across the line, only to be disqualified after the race. So P1 went to the number 91 boat of Joe Johnson, with Chiaz in second and Sally in third. Now it's time for the boats to head back out onto the lake for the second race. Johnson is first to the hole shot and he leads early on. Eric Diaz on the 123 boat, who was disqualified in race 1, is currently in second place, and Enrique Chia is running in third. In the 200 class, it's Sam Nimi on the number 13 boat who's leading the race. He was also the winner of race 1. At the end of race 2, the win does go to Johnson, with Eric Diaz in second and Enrique Chia in third. Fourth goes to Sarzinski and fifth to Williams. The 200 class goes to Sam Nimi on the 13 boat. He's now won both of the races in the 200 class. We're back out on the water for the final race, and it's Johnson on pole again on the number 91 boat. But after the rolling start, it's Muad Salih on the 915 boat who storms ahead and beats Johnson to the hole shot. But we've got big problems here for the race leader, Joe Johnson. He's broken down. After winning races 1 and 2 and seemingly having the overall in his grasp, this breakdown could cost him the overall win. After Diaz breaks down and is out, Lezcano is now fighting Sarzinski for third. She's on the warpath and passes 466 on the inside and takes third after being down in 8th. At the checkered flag though, it's the 915 boat of Muad Salih who comes through to take the win in race 3. In the 200 class, it's Sam Nimi who takes his third win to make it a clean sweep here in Kissimmee St. Cloud. So the overall results, and by 1 point it goes to Enrique Chia. Johnson is pushed down to second place after his breakdown, and Sarzinski finishes the weekend with third in the overall. Day 2 gets underway with Pro Race 2. Race 2 gets underway with a long drag to the hole shot. Eric Francis is the early leader on the 911 boat, with Tori Snyder right behind him. Ian Tosca is zipping up on the inside, and they are side by side going into the hole shot. It's Francis with the speed going into the hole shot and nudges into the lead. With some clear water ahead, Francis tries to build on his lead. Ian Tosca is holding on to second place, and a result that will keep the championship in sight. James Wilson is still in fourth on the number 300 boat after a great start, and a podium could be in reach for the 33-year-old. Problems for Ian Tosca on the number 1 boat, and he slips back to 7th place. That means Wilson is now up to 3rd. After getting the hole shot and powering away from the field, Eric the Eagle Francis is back and takes the win in race 2. With 1 race to go here, Eric Francis is now in prime position to walk away with the overall here in Kissimmee St. Cloud. It's time for the 3rd and final race where the overall will be decided.
We're sitting first in points. We have a 1 point lead over Baldwin. I think a 3 point lead over Torrey. So if we can get a top 4 finish, that'll get us on the podium. That'll win, will get us locked in for the lead.
Out of the rolling start, it's Eric Francis with an ideal start, and he's already in the lead. Ian Tosca is in second with Dustin Farthing and Tori Snyder just behind. There's a tight battle for second at the hole shot. It's Ian Tosca who manages to lock in second after the hole shot. Tori Snyder is holding on to third, James Wilson in fourth after coming third in race 2, and Dustin Farthing in 5th. Eric Francis has proved untouchable today, and the top 5 positions in race 3 don't change. So Francis takes first, and with it the overall here in Kissimmee St. Cloud. Second goes to Ian Tosca, third to Tori Snyder, fourth to James Wilson, and fifth to Favolini in France here in race number 3. Let's take a look at the overall results. In first place, after wins in race 2 and 3, it's Eric Francis. The Eagle is back. Second in the overall went to the 19-year-old and 2021 Rookie of the Year, Tori Snyder. Rounding off the podium in third was Brian Baldwin.
I feel really good. You know, coming off last season, we had a bad year. Took it a lot more serious in the off season, focused on, riding and making sure the skis were right. We've got a new team. The team is working really, really hard, and the results are already showing.
It was over from the start when you let down your guard and shut me away.
At the end of June, the AquaX family was shocked and saddened to learn of the death of Eric Francis during an endurance race in Guadeloupe. A loving husband and father, Eric was also a legend of the racing community. Eric had returned to the top step of the podium in round 1 in Kissimmee and was looking like one of the favourites for the series in 2022. Eric was a friend and mentor to many drivers, offering advice and guidance to those younger riders breaking into the sport.
There's no words for it. I grew up in watching my dad and him race. They were rivals when I was growing up and throughout the years and stuff. And it's horrible what happened. And
He's been with me ever since I was a kid, and I'm really sad to hear about what happened, and I'm going to go out here this weekend hoping to show him what I can do while he's watching from above.
Our thoughts are with the family and friends of Eric Francis. He will be so sadly missed. Welcome to Sarasota for the second round of the AquaX Race to the Bahamas. We're in Southwest Florida, known for its beautiful sandy beaches, for a feast of action on the water. We get underway here in Sarasota with the rolling start. It's one of the pre-race favourites, Herminio Ian Tosca, first to the passing buoy, with Tori Snyder in a close second. 105 Christian Daly moves back up the field, passing 243 Dennis Mack. Daly now starting to move up the leaderboard here in race 1. Christian Daly is still continuing to move up the field and now has to fight with number 6 Devin Farthing. This has been an impressive race from Daly after struggling at the start. No drama on the final lap, which means Ian Tosca takes first, Tori Snyder second, Dustin Farthing third, and a solid showing from James Wilson brings him fourth. The AMP 300 class gets underway with Eric Diaz leading the field and Muad Salih second, Joe Johnson in third. Big drama here as Muad leaves the race with what looks like boat trouble. A real shame for him as he'd been going so well early on in the race. Now the number 91 boat of Johnson finds the rhythm and passes the 1-2-3 boat of Eric Diaz as he continues to work his way through the field. Johnson wins race 1 here in Sarasota. Seth Nama in second and Enrique Chia finishing in third. In the AMP 200 class, the win went to Sam Nimi with Guillaume Ferron in second and Melvin Canals in third. Races 2 and 3 will be held together with Pro and Am classes, which means it's going to be very busy out on the water. Ian Tosca is the early leader after getting a great start, and he'll be looking to solidify his top spot as this race progresses. Dustin Farthing and Devin Farthing, the father and son pair, are running behind them, both putting together a solid race. Now Tori Snyder makes the pass on the early leader Ian Tosca. Great racing today from Snyder. Tori Snyder has crossed the line first, but was later disqualified from the race. With that disqualification for Snyder, it means that Ian Tosca is the winner, Dustin Farthing in second, and his son Devin Farthing in third. James Wilson finishing down in fourth. It was an early start on the final day in Sarasota, with race 3 action getting underway bright and early. Ian Tosca makes another good start, but Tori Snyder comes from behind and takes the whole shot. Snyder looking to put that disappointment of race 2's disqualification behind him. In the AM class, number 23, Jason Williams leads the field, followed by the number 1-2-3 boat of Eric Diaz in second. In the Pro Enduro, Tori Snyder is still running in first place. Can he hold on for the win in race 3? And Daly makes a superb pass on Ian Tosca to move up into second. Can he catch up with Tori Snyder, who still leads the race? Ian Tosca wants to reclaim second position, but Daly is running really well in race 3 and is going to be tough to get past. Devin Farthing finds a great burst of speed, and now he's passing Ian Tosca and moves into third. Daly is now right on the neck of Tori Snyder, putting the race leader under some extreme pressure. And Daly makes the pass on Snyder to move into first place. And that's race 3 in the books here in Sarasota with Christian Daly the winner. Tori Snyder gets second, Devin Farthing third, Erminio Iantosca fourth, Dustin Farthing fifth. In the AM 300, Muad Salih took first, Enrique Chia second, and Jason Williams third. And the results from race 3 in the AM 200 class, Sam Nimi took the win, Kevin Sullivan second, Johan Ferron in third. The overall results in the Pro Enduro category, the win here in Sarasota goes to Erminio Iantosca. Dustin Farthing takes second and Devin Farthing took third. The AM 300 overall results with the win going to Joe Johnson, Seth Nema in second, Jason Williams in third. And the overall in the AM 200, Sam Nimi taking the win, Johan Ferron in second with Kevin Sullivan in third.
Good, I'm happy. We rode well. The Yamaha FX SVHO performed awesome. Got really rough out there, had good starts, rode smart, and I ended up winning the overall, so I'm super happy.
Welcome along to Michigan City, Indiana, 50 miles east of Chicago. We're racing on the Great Lake of Michigan. Expect the lake to show some bite across the 3 races here, with the potential for high winds and big waves expected. The Michigan City round of the AquaX Championship will no doubt push all the riders and their skis to the absolute limit. In the field this weekend, we have 22 pro riders and 15 AM class riders. With the conditions out on the circuit expected to be rough, windy and highly changeable, this race was all about who would have the smartest tactics and be able to find the consistency over the 3 races.
Michigan City waters are awesome. I love it here. It's cold water, they run hard and fast. The conditions can change any given moment, so this is my type of water. Kind of takes the horsepower out of things and the talent into it.
The race is on, and the father and son duo of Dustin and Devin Farthing both make strong starts. The Farthings are battling for first place, but Christian Daly is closing in from behind. Christian Daly is in a great position as he makes a pass on Devin Farthing. James Wilson has been working his way through the field and moves up into 5th spot. Into lap 3 now, and Snyder gets past Devin Farthing to move into 3rd place. James Wilson has really found his rhythm and passes Devin Farthing and moves into 4th position. Big drama as Christian Daly in 2nd place falls in the roughening waters and loses his position. Dustin Farthing now in 1st, Tori Snyder in 2nd, James Wilson running in 3rd. After 2 laps, Wilson manages to pass Snyder and get into 2nd. Now only Dustin Farthing is in front of him. We're into the last 2 laps and Dustin Farthing slows down. James Wilson takes advantage to get past and now leads the race with not a lot of time left. And Wilson takes the checkered flag and the win in race 1 here in Michigan City. Let's get a look at the results from race 1 in the Pro Enduro class. It was James Wilson who took first, Dustin Farthing second, Tori Snyder in 3rd, Devin Farthing 4th, and 5th place went to Christian Daly. In the AM 300 class, it's 315 Andre Edmiston who starts first, number 55 Jay Finlayson starts second, Errol Lang 3rd, and Ziki Kaim 4th. But problems on the first lap for 315 Edmiston as he has a mechanical issue, and number 55 Jay Finlayson passes him. Finlayson manages to stay in the lead throughout the race and he comes through to take the win. In the AM 200 class, the win went to number 13, Sam Nimi. The second race for the pros is on and the conditions are even tougher than we had for race 1. The pole sitter for race 2 is James Wilson, but it's Dustin Farthing who takes the whole shot. Christian Daly in 2nd, Camden Powell in 3rd, and James Wilson in 4th. Daly sneaks into 1st place ahead of Dustin Farthing. He's racing on the 111 boat in this race. Dustin Farthing finds the speed on the straight and gets past Daly to move into the top position. Daly is stuck with the back markers and loses speed. This gives a great opportunity for Camden Powell and Tori Snyder to get past. James Wilson here moving on Daly, and Wilson executes a superb pass on Daly to move into 4th place. After Wilson makes the pass, Ian Tosca also manages to pass Daly, and Daly hit a buoy and almost tumbled into the rough water. Now Ian Tosca comes to a sudden stop. In these brutal conditions, positions are changing all over the circuit. James Wilson is now up to 2nd, and like in race 1, the only man left ahead of him was Dustin Farthing. Then a huge moment in the race as Dustin falls into the water, which gives Wilson the chance of victory. And James Wilson does it. He wins race 2 to go back-to-back here in Michigan City. What a position for him to be in ahead of the 3rd and final race. And Dustin Farthing comes home in 2nd. Camden Powell finishes in 3rd, Jay Edworthy 4th, and Tori Snyder in 5th.
It was good, man. I had a full brain fade moment, came off the ski, but, you know, it was good. Got 2nd still. Went for a swim, but it is what it is.
The 2nd race for the AM classes was held on the following day and presented the riders with much better conditions and some flat water. It's number 55, Jay Finlinson, who flies away and takes the whole shot. The position stayed the same, and number 55, Jay Finlinson, held on for the win. We are ready to go with race 3 in the AM class. It's Enrique Chia who gets a superb start and bags the whole shot, but he's got Jay Finlinson close by and he's chasing him down. Finlinson makes a tidy pass on Chia and gets into top spot. Finlinson rides a smooth race and takes his 3rd race win of the weekend in Michigan City. No doubt as to who the overall winner was in the AM 300 class, a perfect weekend for Jay Finlinson, picking up the maximum 75 points with 3 wins to take the overall. Sam Nemi took race 3 in the AM 200 class, winning all 3 races to take the overall. It's time for race 3 for the pros, the decider here in Michigan City.
We're feeling great. The water's flattened down. Yesterday was really rough and gnarly, so hopefully we can put the Yamaha back up on front where it belongs.
The race is on and Wilson flies away to the whole shot. Problems right away though for Dustin Farthing. He's got his hand in the air and looks to have a mechanical problem. James Wilson is first to the whole shot with Devin Farthing in 2nd. At the front of the race, James Wilson is still in the lead. 2nd spot belongs to Devin Farthing, and Christian Daly has passed Tori Snyder to move into 3rd. Jay Edworthy passes Camden Powell to move into 5th. Camden Powell now down to 6th. The championship leader Ian Tosca in 7th, and Vanjay Ramjeet in 8th. Devin Farthing almost makes the pass on Wilson, but then a moment of drama as he hits a buoy and drops back to 4th. That creates an opportunity for Daly to get past and into 2nd, and also for Tori Snyder to move into 3rd. Daly is on a charge here. Wilson still leads, but can Daly make the pass and get into top spot? Yes, he does it! He executes the pass and moves into 1st place. If Daly can hold on to top spot, he would find himself on the overall podium after the 3 races here in Michigan City. And Daly does it. He charges across the line and takes the checkered flag to win race 3. The results from the race saw Christian Daly take 1st, James Wilson 2nd, Tori Snyder 3rd, Devin Farthing 4th, and Camden Powell 5th. And in the overall, the win went to James Wilson. 2 wins and a 2nd place finish over the weekend sees him comfortably take the overall with 70 points.
I've never been so nervous in my life, to be honest with you. I've never went 1-1 going into the last moto, have all the pressure, so it was a lot, but it was cool. my team's awesome. They built a great ski, and I didn't have to worry about anything, and just go out and have some fun.
Join us for the next episode when we continue with all of the action for the final 2 rounds in Daytona Beach and St. Petersburg, where the US national champions will be crowned. And of course, we finished with a thriller, the AquaX World Championships at Atlantis Paradise Island in the Bahamas to crown our 2022 AquaX World Champion.